Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have even more kind of just crazy gamer news today, where we're now seeing a lot more big flack when it comes to Diablo and a lot of other really big games coming out that have came out, such as like Resident Evil and all the other various big AAA games that are still shilling and pushing really hard for microtransactions. Where right now they does kind of stand by, a lot of games are kind of playing a lot of these various big AAA games to make as much money as they possibly can, and well, people are still, once again, getting kind of sick of it. Now, I'm in the same boat too as well, typically when it comes to these topics and outrages especially, and I do think this has been a little bit more prevalent now with Diablo, because as you guys do remember, we had the Diablo Immortal, which was one of the biggest and most painstakingest basically microtransaction games we've seen in a long time. So there's all the Ubisoft drama outside, brand new games coming out, and everything else in between, and we're just gonna go talk about this. We have some cool news from Capcom, we have some Final Fantasy stuff, we have some Battlefield 2042 news apparently, and everything else in between. So if you guys will stay relaxed and enjoy, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, swing by the Twitch and Twitter down below, and of course you have the Amazon links for all the nice little consoles up on sale. Let's dive into the, well, video. So first and foremost, if you guys have or have not had a chance to go and see, Diablo 4 just came out. It's been in early access for the past few days, but a lot of folks now are kind of calling out like basically microtransactions in gaming as a whole, especially pushing on this Diablo side. Blizzard's been going really hardcore into microtransactions. We've had a lot of really big drama when it came to Call of Duty, them doing like weapon skins and all those types of random drops. Same thing with Overwatch, where they had even big legality issues when it came to loot boxes and people spending money and gambling and addictions. And then as well, now we also did Diablo Immortal, which, as people are kind of basically saying, was essentially a pay-to-win, pay-to-progress, pay-to-do literally everything in the game that a lot of, well, gamers were not very happy with at the end of the day. And now with this one, we once again have even more big news, because Diablo still, once again, has these microtransactions. Now, once again, my camera's always just messed up, where Diablo 4, we're kind of seeing some of these big things out here when it comes to like PC Gamer and everything else, where they have a $21 bone guy armor, and also other various things such as horses, etc., that have now been pushing into the microtransaction pain that people are just like, why are we doing this? Why do we spend $120 on for a game for early access and then just have a chance to play the game, let alone why are we spending money to go and actually buy the game and then have to pay microtransactions for the game? Why are these things just not included in the game as progressions? Why are these not just included for games as boss drops? Why do people have to spend money for this? And that is where a lot of this drama kind of goes and lies, and I kind of agree on this, where a lot of folks are sitting here kind of sad, thinking and knowing, well, at the end of the day, I'm spending $100 just to play a game to make my game seem bigger. So this kind of goes into a bigger article too, where it basically is talking about how, like, you know, earlier this year, they spent $4 on a Resident Evil 4, so basically they could basically have a cool bomber jacket with skulls and stuff. Now, I'm one of these people, and I also want to hear your thoughts and comments down below, because I'm not really a big microtransaction guy. They go and say up the next like few comments in a second. I spent a lot of money when I was like in high school and college on League of Legends. Like when I was like a junior in like full school, I loved League of Legends. I probably spent a few $100s that I really didn't have because I was a random kid in high school. And I was basically working like a nice like part-time job to afford gas to get to school and get books and all that. And then I go and I sit there and then I spend the money on $25 for like a League of Legends card to go and buy a random skin in a game that I like playing. So basically for this one, they are talking about the fact that they spent $4 on just a random jacket on their game, on top of already buying the game itself. And as well, they also had other various things too, such as spending too much money on Destiny or League of Legends cosmetics. And when they saw the very first $20 premium skins offered in Diablo 4's in-game store, a lot of folks are basically like, well, is it worth getting? Is it not worth getting? And everything else in between. They saw the full cosmetic DLCs for Resident Evil 4 too as well, and people are not necessarily getting upset, they're more so just getting, well, just disappointed. And I kind of in the same boat. Once again, kind of factoring the big Diablo, because Diablo's getting a lot more flack for this one, you had to spend an extra bit of money to get the game early, to play the game, or if you just want to buy the game itself as a full-fledged proper game. But as well, you also then have to go and do microtransactions to get this additional stuff if you want it. And I just think it's too much. Like a lot of these big games are selling games for $60, $70, but at the end of the day, give us the content in those games. Why are you not? Why is this not like a normal common thing? And it kind of throws me off at least a decent bit. It's a big thing with Ubisoft, where they had like random weird like horse and outfit DLCs for a game you're spending money on. So why do you not just include that in the game itself so people that are actually playing through the game have a good reason to progress through the game, or like to do random side quests or bosses or whatever, like how it used to be back in gaming? It's kind of crazy to see. So basically they're even going to say this is becoming tacky. The game you've already paid at least $70 for, which I just was going on to about, is now basically being thrown having ads, or they have random different things when it comes to microtransactions, and like that's kind of a big issue that we even saw with PlayStation or Xbox. where they unironically wanted to go and include up actual literal advertisements for like a Coke or Pepsi or whatever it might be, like, I don't know, like a Nike, and they're random various games that people are already paying money for. It makes no sense. And what I kind of keep on thinking over here too is that, like, for these cool like outfits and all this stuff, you could go and technically spend $20 on like a cool Deathspell Omega Premium skin or whatever on top of that too. But like, then yeah, where's the magic? Where's the joy? Where's the actual fun of actually getting that loot? You could pay for the cosmetics, but not for better stats. But the idea as well is like sometimes you want to go and grind for that cool thing. I think like a World of Warcraft, if you guys ever played World of Warcraft, or even maybe a Destiny or whatever, Call of Duty. You go and get these cool camo skins, but if you just buy them all straight up, then what's the point? Like, it kind of takes away like almost a part of the fun grind and achievement and everything else that's been included for all these games in the first place. And I think that's kind of just all around messed up. So people are calling out things like Diablo. People are calling out things like this in general because, like, look, they even have a big thing where it's like a horse. We're going to have a big kind of example over here where there's an Elder Scrolls Online, so another various like MMO type style game, where there's a literal horse with nothing special. Like, we're not even talking like flames or wings or can fly or whatever, just a random horse that apparently costs over 900 crowns, so it costs like a decent amount of money over here just to go and have a horse in a game, where a game that you'd expect that you'd be able to go just get a horse. Like just go have a chance to utilize the horse or grind the horse. There are some other various games such as like maybe BDO, which you can earn a lot of stuff in the game itself, and there are like different types of cosmetic things, but at the same time, it's like nothing super crazy. I don't know, it's just weird. So right now, the internet's still once again on this big anti-microtransaction storm. And I've always been the same boat, because, well, yeah, game companies want to make money. EA, Ubisoft, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, I get it. But at the same time, if someone's already buying your game, make the game good. Like, add this as just like a cool boss drop, as like a cool secondary thing you could grind for. Add it for maybe even a pre-order bonus if you really want to go that route, which I'm not a big fan of either way. But once again, just Diablo and Activision just want to go and milk as much money as they possibly can off as many folks as they possibly can too as well. And it makes me sad because this guy dropped $4 on a sweater. Yeah, bro, I just go and find the mod for it online instead and go for that route. Maybe because I'm just a cheapo, I don't know, but it's just not my cup of tea. And it just kind of makes me sad too, because it seems like a lot of these big game developers have kind of lost either their morals, or they sold their souls to a lot of these corporate shareholders, or maybe they just want to keep their jobs. They can't blame them too hard. But at the end of the day, like, we're seeing a lot more flack right now on Diablo. A lot of gamers on Twitter, on Reddit, various even on Twitch, and I'm sure maybe even you guys watching the video would agree that just the overall idea of microtransactions are just not cool. They're just not fun. We don't want to spend extra money on this just for random things that they should just be included in the games themselves. And Diablo and Activision especially have been really big components of this, and it's not been fun. So it kind of just been a big thought. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on that. But at the same time, they do make a lot of money. On the same topic of Resident Evil, Capcom sales actually had some huge numbers where Resident Evil 4 was at 3.7 million units, Monster Hunter Rise was at 12.7 million and more, and everything else in between has been going great. Like, Resident Evil's had a lot of really good reception in terms of units sold, in terms of profitability. Their stock has been doing phenomenal, and everything else in between has been great. But once again, it kind of just goes to show that sometimes, like, yeah, if you want to turn profits, number one, make a good game, which I would say Resident Evil 4 Remake was good, Monster Hunter's been great, very nice popular community, and even Street Fighter, etc. A lot of good vibes on that one. But one of the bigger issues, though, is once again, you keep on throwing these microtransactions. It's good. These companies will make money, but at a certain point, people are going to go get fed up with it. Now, as well, Final Fantasy has once again more of their developer updates too, where they have kind of questions on the battle system. So apparently right now, new comrades will be joining, thank God, you in battle, and you can cooperate with other party members in even closer ways than before. So a little bit of a nice little teaser as we do keep on getting these day-to-day updates from Final Fantasy VII Remake, which I'm very hyped up for this. Funny enough, though, Battlefield, funny enough, is still not done. I don't know how or who's even playing this game or everything else in between, but it does seem like the Battlefield 2042 has still been fine. So EA confirms there is going to be a brand new Season 6. Season 5 is still in the works, and they even said that we're not done yet. They're trying their best to add new maps, they're adding new updates, new details, and I gotta go give them some credit. Like, on the same topic of, like, people kind of giving up on games, I'll be honest, Battlefield 2042 is kind of giving me a surprise where they probably did plan on this stuff lasting as long as it did, obviously. But at the same time, too, as well, it's kind of just crazy to see that, well, they keep on going for these updates. They keep on making the game and supporting the game, even though everyone has considered this game down and out for quite some time. So basically, there is going to be a new season as of June 7th, but as well as be even more brand new seasons coming at the end of the day. And now, last but not least, too, as well, they keep on saying, as we kind of covered up for the Final Fantasy news, that they're going to have at least a more in-depth, proper battle system. I did really like Final Fantasy VII as a whole. I thought their battle system was pretty solid, and at the end of the day, I would, well, I just enjoyed it. I had a fun time playing the game. So I can't wait to go and see even more cool stuff coming out. So give me your thoughts and comments right now. Apparently today's just been a big day with the Twitch drama. If you guys missed that video, go check that on out. Or as well, just overall gaming microtransaction drama too. Just seems like one of those things are popping up. So if you guys are bored, swing by the Twitch stream, say hello, link down below. We also have the Twitter down below if you guys want to follow, subscribe with the notifications on if you guys would like. And of course, leave a like, comment, all that good stuff down below.